welcome to the Brilliant View. It's like the view,
but brilliant.
We are part of the customer service and marketing advertising teams here at Brilliant Vinyl. I actually started with our customer service team and transitioned over to advertising and marketing, and now you can find me interacting with our customers on our Instagram page, in our Facebook group, and on our Facebook page. I actually began crafting a few years ago, and the reason that I got into crafting was because my manager actually got tired of making all of my vacation shirts for me, and she told me I needed to get my own machine. So I did. I actually got the same machine that she got, and the name of that machine is the Sizzix Eclipse 2, actually. I know. So before you say anything, it's not a widely recognized machine in the vinyl world, but in the scrapbooking community, you all probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
So it's in the world.
In the scrapbooking community, definitely.
Because you're a scrapbooker.
I'm not a scrapbooker, but like I said,
you got a scrapbooking machine.
I did, but it works beautifully with vinyl. And like I said, I knew if I had any questions, she would be able to help me, and I do not regret my purchase one bit. I love the machine. I love the freedom that it affords me, the software. There's not an online component to it, so I can use it whether I have an internet connection or not. It allows me to bring in images, trace images, manipulate them any way that I need to, so I definitely don't regret my purchase at all.
You seem confident about that. I'm glad. I'm Kim, and I work here at Brilliant Vinyl in customer service. I have been crafting for about 3 years. I consider myself a newbie still. I learn every single day on how to do something wrong, basically. I do something wrong every single time I turn on the machine. And since working here at Brilliant Vinyl, I have come to realize that it's okay. A lot of people mess up, and even people who have done this for years and years, a new product comes out and they mess up. So I learned, because I always mess up first, and then normally, well, not really normally, I try the second time, and then sometimes it's good. So I think I've learned, and then so eventually it gets there, basically. I really truly like the Cricut. It's, you know, the Cricut machine is what I have. Not Circuit, Cricut, or Cricut, or sometimes I think it's that cell phone place. I don't even, like a Cricut thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's not the cell phone place. Yeah, that thing. It's the machine Cricut. And Design Space, I think, is very user friendly. I learned it pretty quickly, and I watched YouTube a lot. However, I still am intimidated. There's lots of little buttons, and there's different pressures, and I just saw there's a pressure button the other day. I was like, where did that come from? I've had it for 3 years. It's cool though. So I still do feel intimidated. That's one of the reasons why, one of the many reasons why I really truly like working here, is because I speak with customers all day long, and they come in telling, giving us their problems. Together we find solutions. We're very informative here, I think, and if we don't know the answer, we always have somebody who knows the answer. So it's been great, it's been enjoyable, and I really am so glad that I'm learning so much about vinyl.
And I'm Doreen. I've been here at Brilliant Vinyl since the summer of 2016. Absolutely love the company, love working here. I started in the paper crafting world. I first owned a Cricut machine myself for about 3 years. I did sell it, and that was back in the day when they used cartridges. Now they've gone to an online platform that I'm totally unfamiliar with, because I have purchased the Silhouette. Absolutely love it. Don't regret my Silhouette either. Love, love, love my Silhouette. Anyway, but I love what it can do for you. I love how you can create your own shapes, manipulate shapes, and then, cut just about anything on my Silhouette. I love interacting with the customers, like Kim alluded to, that we get such interesting questions on a daily basis in customer service. So it really challenges me to stay on top of what works, what doesn't work, and I get the privilege of testing almost everything in the store, vinyl-wise, to see how it performs, to see what you can do, worst case scenario with it.
And I think that's what makes us such a unique group, is that We have varying degrees of experience. We've all done different types of projects, but outside of what we've done, we've assisted our customers with all types of questions on just about every type of vinyl you can imagine. And that gives us the ability to help and the ability to explain the products a little bit more in depth. So if you do have any questions about a particular product, reach out to us. You can reach us on Instagram, like I said, on Facebook. We have a Brilliant Vinyl Facebook page, and then we have a Brilliant Vinyl Facebook group, which if you haven't joined yet, definitely do so, because we have a great group of people, and they're very encouraging, and everyone offers each other advice. So we really love interacting on that platform as well. Okay, so let's talk about our product of the day. Kim, do you want to tell us a little bit about why we chose this product for our first video?
Okay, absolutely. So, being in customer service, I handle a lot of phone calls myself and 3 others that are up front with me in the lobby here for local customers. So we get a lot of questions when they come in on just how to use a product, what is it used for, how to cut it, etc. I believe one of the most common ones recently is going to be on a new product that we've had, which is the Starcraft Printable. It's the Starcraft Inkjet Printable Vinyl. You purchase this, and it's very easy to use. I think if you're using the Cricut, this would be something that you would use for the print and cut. It's a vinyl. You just print it from your printer, and then you put it in your cutting machine, and it cuts. And honestly, it really is that simple. And I mean, granted, I did try this, and I say try because, well, I'll show you why I tried.
And Doreen, do you have any points that you want to share about this printable vinyl?
Yes, I do. Love the printable adhesive. It works great in my hobby. Like I said, I enjoy crossing it over to the crafting world, and I'm able to do that with this product too. It does have 2 laminate covers that you put on it, and the laminate is just a covering for it. This one is the gloss, and then Kim's holding up the matte finish one. You can tell the difference on the back, which might be hard to see in the video. They are different colors. The blue is the one you print on, and the gray, which you'll see better in person, is the one that goes over it. It's the covering on top. And we do have samples of it here in a minute. We're going to show how easy it is to get that covering onto your printed project.
Yeah, so for the customers that actually have purchased this, we received some phone calls where the customer will say the ink isn't dry, it's not setting, it's just sliding off. And
Right.
Come to realize that when we ask questions, they're actually purchasing the laminate instead of the printable adhesive. So it's something to definitely remember when you're purchasing, putting the order in. Make sure you're looking specifically for the word printable, really, right? Not laminate.
Printable.
Yes. Now that we've explained a little bit about the vinyl, I wanted to show you ladies and our audience my trial. We'll call it a trial. It was the first time that I used it. I wanted to practice so that I could be better informed when customers had questions on it. And I uploaded a JPEG into the Cricut Design Space, and because it printed up, when it uploaded, it showed as a JPEG. So with Cricut, it will show as a print instead of a cut image. So that is why I would know to use print and cut. So I didn't change it to an SVG. I wanted exactly the picture that was shown that I wanted. I wanted this heart with the puppy paws. I thought it was super cute. I was trying to make a cup with my dog's names, which I messed that up too. But what I did was I just clicked print. I had my image. I was good to go. It's a print and cut. Like, what do I have to do?
Just like Silhouette would allow you to take print and cut.
The snobbiness is coming out, Doreen.
Go ahead.
But it's cool.
Go ahead, Cricket Kim.
Cricket Kim.
So I press print. It's a print and cut, and it's taking a long time. And I'm like, it's just a heart. And I go to the kitchen, come back in. It's still printing. And when it was finished, I took it off of the adhesive, and I don't know if you guys can see, but these little tiny bitty paws. Aww. it was cutting every individual little dot, every little paw, and it was great. So, not really. And so I cut this by hand, which is why it's super beautiful and straight and everything. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I did not flatten the item, the image. And there's attach, and then there's weld, and then there's flatten, and I never used that button because it's a new intimidating button, and I pushed it, and then it worked. So what the flatten button did is that it makes whatever JPEGs, whatever images you're bringing onto your screen, onto your mat, once you highlight it all and click flatten, that makes it one layer. So it will print exactly what you have, but you have to make it one layer so it knows to print. And so then I did my daughter with my dogs, and so basically at that point I just did a blue background and did a square and clicked flatten, so because I had two images together, and it worked. Ta-da, my cup.
Well, I think you salvaged your fail quite nicely.
What I like about it is the vividness of the colors. It's a nice thick, I mean, if you feel the material, it's a nice thick picture that you have there. Did you use a laminate over this one?
I did. I was kind of concerned because over here I didn't, and I was like, I'm not sure. I think it's, I mean, honestly, if you touch it, I don't think you really need it. It's pretty shiny. This one does not. And so I honestly feel, and I think that we've had customers that actually have not done the laminate. I believe even...
I don't like the laminate
Yeah.
on mine. Yeah.
Right, so, but because of, I don't know, it's a picture, I'm thinking, oh, it has to be protected, but honestly, it truly doesn't if you don't. The laminate, I think, is definitely worth it if you're doing something on the car because of the UV protection that it has on it, but for my dishwasher, I'm not sure. I don't think I have UV in my dishwasher.
Now, I do use the laminate, and I do like the laminate, and the reason that I like the laminate is because I feel like I've used this on cups, and I feel like it just gives an added layer of protection because it does repel water. So when I do a tumbler or anything like that, I like to put the laminate on it. Since it's already a matte finish, you can, if you like that finish, you can purchase the matte laminate, or if you like a glossier, especially for a picture, then you can purchase that one as well. But I just like a little bit of extra protection, so I think it's a preference. Whatever it is that you like, try it both ways, see what you like, and then decide what you want to do. All right, now that we've discussed the product, Doreen, do you want to tell us a little bit about how to use it?
Sure. So I have taken a sheet of the printable inkjet adhesive, and I have printed some logos for our coffee mugs on here, and it is the matte, and I absolutely love the way that feels and how slick it is. But because it's on a coffee mug and most of the girls would like it laminated, I'm going to use the glossy finish. So I'm going to pull a weeding tool here and just get it started is all I'm doing. I'm going to flip it back. This is one of the easiest ways I've seen to stick the laminate down safely. You start, and because I know my image is within the page, I don't have to cover this laminate from side to side. Sometimes it's harder to lay the laminate down going this way, but if you start at the corner, if you start at the right corner, I almost made a mistake. Let's see. If you start at the right corner, there you go. And then you can just roll it down using a squeegee. So I'm going to just take it a little bit off the page actually, just to line it up. And
see, that's right there, that's scary for me, because
and I just hope I didn't do it too far off the page. That's scary for you, Kim?
Yeah, because I feel like it's like this is it. You get one chance.
It's pretty much a one-shot deal, but I'm telling you, if you learn to do it this way, it's quite easy to do, and you almost can't go wrong. I have gone wrong before.
I bet I can.
I've put it on sideways before, so.
And it is important to use the squeegee
And
when you're applying that, right?
Yes, it gives such even strokes underneath here, so it's really nice to do that. And you see I'm just rocking my squeegee, pushing that laminate right off. And so now the laminate's gone, and I'm down to just this. But I'm going to take my squeegee and just kind of varnish it real good.
Why do you have those little box things on the side? Like, what are those lines?
Because when you use the Silhouette Design software, they have limited how much ink you use on your paper.
What are you trying to say?
I'm kidding. We give each other a hard time because I know the Cricut has a full box around everything. The Silhouette has economized and only spurts a little bit of ink here, a little bit here, and a little bit here for the registration marks.
Yeah, I have a whole box.
She has a whole solid box. As Cricut people know. No, I'm just teasing with Kim here. But anyway, so then I'm going to take it over to the Silhouette and I'm going to cut it and we'll bring it back and apply it to our mugs. Okay, so now that it's cut on my Silhouette, I'm going to just weed away what I don't want, leaving behind just the stickers. I have found that that works really good for me. It's one of the easiest ways to reveal your design.
It comes out real nice.
And even when it doesn't, like right then it kind of didn't, if you'll just push your thumb down there, and then it'll come. Because once you put that laminate on, it is a little bit thicker than if you didn't have it on there. So it may seem like your cut settings are not right, but they're fine. See, it just pops right out.
And because it is a little bit thicker, I'm guessing that everyone should kind of do a test cut. Especially
Yes.
with, if you're going to use the laminate, do your test cut with the laminate on.
Anytime you try a new type of vinyl that we sell, if you've never worked with it before, I always recommend doing a test cut. I like to type a little X in the top, put a box around it. I tell this to all kinds of people who call. And if you can weed that box away once you've cut it, then you know your cut settings are going to do fine for the rest of the design. So ladies, now we're ready to just take one off and apply it to our mug.
You know what you didn't use, and I guess we don't need it, but being a newbie and all, you know me with questions, you didn't use a transfer tape.
You don't need transfer tape with this. In fact, they don't recommend you use transfer tape. The stickers are so thick and pliable, you can just piece it right where you need it to go. You really don't struggle with it at all.
So is it the same rules, like when you're making the tumblers? With the 651 where it says
And what are those
24, you know, you have to wait 24 hours
Before what?
before you wash it, submerge it in water so it has time to adhere.
To cure.
Oh, to cure.
That is the word.
It's a cure. That's a cure.
Cures
To
to
cure.
ceramic mug. That is good advice. I have followed that advice and I've not followed that advice. So it kind of works either way, but you can turn anything colorful into a really cute coffee mug.
Now this was super easy because it was a square and our, you know, our design is square, but what about if I have intricate designs, like if I'm doing a particular font or if I have something that has a lot of tiny pieces? Is this a product you'd recommend for that?
I wouldn't recommend it for very intricate detailed designs because of the nature of it, and you're not supposed to use a transfer tape with it. So if you could keep a block font or a more of a block shape, it's just easier to work with. It's not that you can't do a script font. If you can weld that script together or group it together, or I don't know what the commands are in Cricut, but in Silhouette it's weld, or put them all together. It really, you can just pick up the whole word and place it down and it would turn out fine.
We have weld.
Weld.
Yeah.
We both weld. All right.
Welders.
Welders.
Is it straight? Did I do good?
You
looks
did good.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least that part I
You're
didn't
just
mess up
more
this
straight than
time.
mine.
And so when we're applying it, do you recommend, like when they're putting it on a particular surface, to use the squeegee to make sure?
If it's a flat surface, definitely use the squeegee. If it's a coffee mug, you can just sit here with your thumb and kind of massage it or whatever if you want, you know. Or you can just put it on one time and walk away, I think. That's what I did to my first mug and it's still there.
Let's take a look at some other things that we have done with this particular Starcraft Printable Adhesive Vinyl. Okay, so here are a few things that I have tried the printable adhesive on from Starcraft. I did, obviously, a coffee mug, and I love Bitmojis. I think when we text, we mostly communicate in Bitmojis.
Never works.
And I mean, I just adore the little, so I was able to pull this into my machine, and actually I had Doreen do it for me, but pull it into the Silhouette and do a print to cut with my Bitmojis, and I was able to make a couple coffee mugs with some of my favorite images from there. I did one on the back side of this also. And then I was able to do a sunflower design on the front of this, which is cool because, you know, with regular adhesive vinyl, there's no way I could get all these colors in. Layering something with all of the colors that are in these designs would be a nightmare. So something else I did was a decal for my car, a Bitmoji decal for my car. And because there is a 1 to 2 year guarantee with this particular vinyl for outdoor use, I thought that a car decal would be a good way to go. So barring any, you know, extreme conditions, and this will last, like I said, 1 to 2 years on my car.
And so you covered that with the laminate also.
All of these are covered with the gloss laminate. I'm a fan of the laminate, and I like the glossy finish, especially for these images. So that's what I decided to go with here.
I mean, super cute.
As I mentioned before, I love crossing over to the paper crafting world if I can. So I have a planner for my upcoming year. I have twin boys that are going to be seniors this year in high school. So I have purchased a planner so I can keep track of everything they did to create a little scrapbook for them for their senior year. And what I've done is I've printed some print and cut images for my planner. When I printed them and covered them with the laminate, I realized then I couldn't write on them, the ones that allowed you to write on. So I then printed some different ones that I can write on, found some school ones that work for the boys for what their schedule is going to be. And so you just literally pick the laminate, pick it right off the page. You almost don't even need a weeder, and boom, it says no school this day. And because I already know their school calendar, you can already, you know, go online and get that from your school where your children go. You can just place this down right in your day timer, right on the page where you know it's a no school day, and boom, you've got a cute little sticker to dress it up, and then you can journal and write notes just to keep up with what they're doing. So love, love, love this new product we came out with. It was a game changer for me in keeping a planner. So absolutely love the possibilities. You can get these stickers online. I buy them at Etsy. Some of them are free downloads. Some are in the Silhouette store. So, you know, you can just pick them up anywhere.
All right, well, that's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
What about you, Kim? What do you have for us?
And what have you got? It's
So-
Kim's turn.
Okay, so I wanted to make a phone case, okay? And I didn't really particularly think about it being like the silicone versus a hard case. I just didn't, because I'm a newbie. And I just wanted to do like a collage of me and Disney. So I took some pictures of during different trips that I've had over the years, and I wanted to do just like a phone case collage. And it's a silicone case, so I guess in my mind I was thinking it would be a hard case, and because I don't know if this is a good thing to go on something that's soft, because it's more of a thicker vinyl. So I put it on and I printed it, and like I did with the cup, same way, and this is what I got. Okay, so
I think that's cute. I like it.
yeah,
Well, my suggestion for that jelly kind of case would be to, may I touch it? May I?
sure.
Okay, my suggestion
Don't
would
mess
be
it up.
to not put it on the outside, but I would have inlaid it on the inside. I still would have used the product to print it, and then I would have cut around it and stuck it on the inside, and then that clear plasticky case would be the covering. You wouldn't need a laminate, it would be the covering. Don't take the sticky back off, just cut it and put it in there, and then slap it to your phone, and you would have a real shiny, pretty picture.
Okay, well that's all that we have for you all today. Remember to reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, or join our Facebook group. We're always here at Brilliant Vinyl to answer any questions that you have, and we hope to see you on our next episode. Remember, don't be ordinary,
Be brilliant.